Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Talk Valley to Me. I'm Sandra Swain with the Renfrew and Area Chamber of Commerce, and I'm here today with Lisa Vincent from the Downtown Renfrew BIA. Hi, Lisa. How are
Hi,
you today?
Sandra. I'm great. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good.
Thank you. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Have you always lived in Renfrew?
I have not. I've lived in Renfrew now for the last 31 years.
Okay.
Um, I was born actually in Renfrew because my mom's from Renfrew and
Okay.
her whole family's from the area. And my dad was with the Air Force, and when it came
Oh, wow.
to time to deliver me, he was on flying wherever on course and teaching students, and she came home to have her first child with her family around her. So that's why I was born here.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you could be here with us. The way that this works is every episode, I ask the same questions of every single one of my guests. It's really just a chance to get to know you, get to know a little bit today about the Downtown Renfrew BIA, and just to talk Valley because I love everything about the Valley. So
And
it's
who
just really
doesn't?
exciting. Absolutely. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself and about the Downtown Renfrew BIA.
Okay. Well, with regards to the BIA, I'm currently the sitting chair of the BIA and have served on the board off and on since about 1999 when I opened my business.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm calling myself the OG on the team because I've been around for some time and have seen the evolution of the board over the years. It went from back in the day, we were fully responsible just for beautification and a bit with event and promotion. That has evolved over the years, and most recently, the board was under a review
Okay.
with the town in 2023 to determine at that point what the board would propose should happen to the BIA, whether that was to continue as it was, evolve into something different, or to dissolve. So at that
Okay.
time, those of us who were on the board did a lot of research and investigation. Wanda was working with us. We spoke to other BIAs, figured out what they were doing, the successful ones were doing, and the not so successful activities that were happening. And we put together a proposal for the town,
Okay.
and that was accepted by the town that the BIA become more of an event, not events, but more so promotion and marketing
Okay.
with regards to our businesses, which includes events, but primarily trying to drive economic development within our downtown core and feet to the street through marketing and tourism and that sort of thing. So,
Amazing.
yeah, so
And
that's where we're at now. So,
no, that's great. And you see that so much with, I mean, even the Chamber of Commerce, just when it started, what its mandate was compared to what it is now,
mhm.
that progress and evolution of these business groups
Yeah.
over time, it's really great to see how they're really able to move and adjust to meet the needs of the business community. I think it's great to see.
Yeah, and it's something that's absolutely necessary. I mean, when I joined the board 20, almost 30 years ago, things were a lot different. And since then,
Yeah.
there's been so much that has happened with regards to just economy, the infrastructure construction that's happened in our downtown core,
Yeah.
the pandemic.
Oh my gosh.
Everything has evolved to change the
Mhm.
way individual businesses do their business as well as those entities that promote them and support them. So,
Absolutely. No, that's really great. And I love that you've been involved with the Downtown Run for BIA for so long. I mean, they're volunteers are so hard to find, and it's just amazing to know that you've been there. I love
I
that.
think
Thank
that's
you.
why I get recruited. It's because I don't know to say no when it comes to the BIA because it's been really near and dear to my heart, quite honestly, and important, I feel, to our not just our businesses within the area, but also to the entire community overall.
Of
So,
course. And your business is just such an important part of downtown Renfrew. So
oh well,
it's
thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I guess just from a little bit more of a personal point of view, prior
yeah.
to opening my store, I worked for 10 years in management I was an executive with Hudson's Bay Company.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so sadly,
Oh.
they've demised now, but I proudly own some stripes.
Yes.
So, and I earned my stripes with them the 10 years I was there. So, from that perspective, we moved back to Renfrew. I was actually working in Ottawa at the Hudson's Bay Company for several years, and being in a small town, it really enforced to me the importance of small community and the vitality of the community, and that starts to me with downtown, and also just being supportive and volunteering within your community, because it's very important that we carry on these traditions as well as evolve into the new.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And volunteers really do hold small towns together.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay. So, second question. What is the best advice you've ever been given, or the advice you would give your younger self if you could?
Yeah, I love this question. I thought this was really interesting, and I gave it some thought. Probably the best piece of advice I ever got was from my grandmother.
Okay.
I called her Nanny. Her name was Ella Barker, and for anyone who's familiar with the Barkers in this area, yes, Bob's my uncle.
Okay.
And her piece of advice her expression was, if you burn your ash, you sit on the blisters.
That is
And
the best. I love that. I've never heard that before.
yeah,
I love that.
and
Oh
it's
my God.
probably my favorite saying from her. And basically just reinforces, make the mistake,
Mhm.
learn from it, own it, and move on, and don't let it stop you from continuing to do so. So,
Absolutely.
certainly my favorite from her. Another favorite from her is, you can't get a degree in common sense.
Oh, that's so true.
And you don't
It's
have
so
to
true.
turn around too far to see where common sense is a huge asset in a lot of situations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Grandmas are the best.
Yeah.
Really. I love it because so many people have come, and when I'm talking to them and even asking these questions, it often comes from
From
grandmas.
grandma. Now, I do have to give my mother-in-law credit too, because, well, there's a quote that I've heard elsewhere, and you've probably heard it, and I really buy into it, is, don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't ask advice from.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always resonated with me, and it kind of ties in. My mother-in-law, Helen Vincent, has always said to me, you have to have alligator skin if you're going to be in business.
So true.
And, it's the same sort of vein where, you basically, you handle feedback, you take it on as a challenge, and you move beyond it, but you don't let it affect the person you are and your outlook on life and your goals in life to accomplish what you want with your business or whatever it be, whether it's your
Yes.
family, your friends, your volunteer work, whatever. So,
Absolutely. That can definitely be applied to, I think, any part of your life. Really. Yeah, no,
yeah.
that's all great advice. I love that. All right. Number 3. What was your biggest success and how did it change your life?
Okay. Well, this is going to sound a little cliche, but totally my biggest success has been my family.
Yes.
Yeah, number one. Certainly building my business as well. But as a mom, and now I'm a grandmother.
Oh,
Thank
congratulations.
you,
Oh my
thank
goodness.
you. And now I love being a grandmother. I was always told it's the best role in the world, and they're right.
Oh,
You can spoil them to death and then pass them back to mom and dad. So
yes. I'm
that's
so
amazing.
excited about that for when I finally get to be a grandma.
It's exciting, but yeah, and then just watching my boys grow up and become the men that they are, it just makes me so proud that, to see their character, their kindness, their values, and now passing that down to the next generation.
Yes.
And I attribute that too to the generations before my husband and I. I mean, it's continuing, and it's really wonderful to see. And certainly I'm very proud of my business and what we've been able to accomplish in 27 years. And I attribute that not just to myself, but to the team that supported me all the way along the way. And that team's changed a bit, but you know, I still have some mainstays that if you walk through my door the first year we open, you might see that person still in the store today. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I love that.
Hmm.
Wonderful. Okay. This one is the hardest one, I think, but all of us have them. What was your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
Okay, so I took this as more not that I failed, because I don't like the word failure.
Yep.
I think it's negative, but more of a learning opportunity situation.
Yes.
Because I just think that's a nicer way to phrase it.
I love it.
And it makes me feel better. So
Yep.
I'm going to do that. Um, I think the biggest thing I've learned from making mistakes is that boundaries are very important.
Mhm.
And that's come to me just, maybe in recent years more so. I wished I'd known this when I was much younger, but that applies for businesses, any kind of relationships, and just life in general. I look back and there's so many people, myself included, and people I've worked with, especially in volunteer situations. You don't say no. Someone comes to you with something else, and you'd say, "Oh, okay, how am I going to make that work?" And you fit it in, and you do it.
Yes.
And I've learned with, as certainly as I've gotten older, and how stress affects your life in general that much more.
Mhm.
Um, to pick and choose a bit better in my life as to what's most important, and how to set those boundaries, and
Yes.
what is most meaningful for me, as well as what's authentic, what I feel is going to help myself and others
Yes.
to the utmost. So, yeah. And then the other thing is probably don't wait to tell someone how much they mean to you,
Of course.
because it's life changes very quickly and in
Mhm.
a heartbeat. And, it's a lesson I didn't want to have to learn. But now that you learn that lesson, it's so nice to be able to apply in life that people
Yeah.
who are important in your life, whether they're there for a minute or for a lifetime, let them know what's important about them to you. So,
Absolutely. And really, if you think about it, those two go so hand in hand because as I get older, very much the same as you, I've had to wake up every day and say, what do I really need to prioritize
mhm,
today? And when you really reflect as we're older and we know that we need to do it, it reminds us, do you know what? I'm prioritizing my family. I'm prioritizing that friend. The key there, I think, too, is just letting
mhm,
them know that
yeah,
you're prioritizing them and that you're thinking about them.
yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
important.
and I think it is. You put those things first. Friend of ours, Kirk Anderson, who used to run Anderson's funeral homes,
Hmm.
he said to us once, "You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse." So it's
Yes.
not about possessions; it's about the memories and the connections you make.
Yeah. I haven't heard that before either. I love that.
Welcome to the valley.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, that's so true. Okay. What is your absolute favorite local story? Your "this is why I love the Valley" story.
Okay. This is another one I had to think of, because there's so many characters in the valley, and there's so many stories, and I've heard, I mean, different people I've known over the years, the stories around them too.
Mhm.
I could have probably told you about 20, but I didn't hone in on one. And it's a story that my in-laws told me, that a friend told them about, and it really depicts the dry humor in this area and the personality of rural life. So the story goes that an old farmer had a cow, and it was failing, and it was on its way out, and it was suffering, but he couldn't bring himself to put the cow down. So he asked his friend Bill. He says, "Bill, will you come and help me with the cow?" Because he knew that Bill would do what needed to be done. And Bill says, "No problem. I'm going to help you out." And anyway, so Bill decided he was going to bring Buddy along with him for the ride. And while he's in the driving with Buddy, he has this sort of cockamamie idea that, I'm going to play a joke on Buddy. So he parks the car next to the field and grabs his shotgun, gets out of the truck, and he says to Buddy, "That farmer, he did me wrong. I've got a mind to teach him a lesson." Takes his gun out, shoots the cow, and the cow drops dead. And Bill's kind of smirking, thinking, "Oh, I pulled one over." And then all of a sudden he heard boom. And he looks, and there's Buddy, and the farmer's prize horse was dropped dead in the field. And Buddy says, "Well, that'll show him."
Oh my Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So I guess another little lesson in, if you're going to play a joke, watch it doesn't backfire literally on you.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I love that. Oh, Valley humor. It is definitely uh, it's it's so unique, and it's so hard when because I come from southwestern Ontario, so when I go home and I see that I've been here for so long now that when I talk to them there, I'm like, they don't have the same sense of
No,
humor. I can't pass some of this stuff off there.
you
I
could
love
work.
it.
It works well on the East Coast, but
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
There you go. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. What's one Ottawa Valley event that you never miss?
This is again, there's so many that are
Hmm.
great.
Absolutely.
Um, I have to say though, deep down that the one event I never miss, whether I'm there or whether I'm participating with some sort of sponsorship or some support with whether through business or personally, is the RVH golf tournament.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and we've participated every year to some degree,
Yes,
and just RVH has always been near and dear to my heart.
absolutely.
I volunteered there during their I Choose RVH campaign to fundraise for the dialysis unit and oncology. So if anyone's been in either of those, they're beautiful. They did a fabulous job. But yes, it's mostly because, well, I was born there. My
Mhm.
youngest son was born there. My husband was born there. And that's where I was with my grandmother and my mother when they took their last breath. So
Oh, that's so
just the
sweet.
care and support that I've always felt from the team and the institution, I think that's probably the number one event for me overall.
I love that answer. That is so special, really, because it's just so personal and no, that's wonderful. Thank you.
And I can't think of a better place to support our community either. I mean,
Absolutely.
everyone needs to go there at some point in time or another.
We are so blessed to
Hmm.
have our VH. Really, when I talk to friends and family who live in other cities and I explain to them the level of care that we
Hmm.
receive there, they're all jealous.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah.
I don't think some people realize how fortunate we
Hmm.
really are.
And I don't think I realized until we moved
Yes.
here 31 years ago because I'd always received my care in Southern Ontario, and
Yes.
it's second to none, really. I mean, it's apples and oranges when you compare the two. So,
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. Okay. What is your favorite valley fishing or swimming spot?
okay, well, so for anyone who knows me, they know I don't get in the water until it's 85 degrees.
Okay,
So
like
generally,
me.
it's a pool for me. But having said that, spending my summers at the cottage here every summer from the time I was two to the time I went away to school, um, we did always have a favorite fishing spot on the Ottawa River.
Okay.
And my dad would take my sister and I, probably to get out of my mother's hair because we were driving her bonkers. He would take us to Heath's Bay on the Ottawa River,
Okay.
and it was famous for its mudpout fishing. So
Oh,
we would fish mudpout, but of course, Dad had to do all the work. We just got to jig and pull the fish in. So one time we just hit the jackpot.
oh,
We
really?
we would put our line in the water and we'd be pulling the fish out automatic right away. So
Wow.
poor dad spent, I don't know, we were maybe there an hour the whole time baiting our hooks and taking our fish off. And
Hilarious.
we get back to the cottage area, and it was basically more of a family compound because there was like 5 cottages in a row and all
Oh,
family. And we've got about 100
oh
fish.
my gosh.
So anyway, of course, poor dad then had to clean them all,
Oh,
but with the help of my nanny,
there.
Barker. And then we had a big old fish fry for the entire compound. And what we always called it down there was Ottawa Valley Surf and Turf. We had mud pout and fried bologna.
I love that. I love that. That's awesome.
So
That's so
Heath Bay,
cottage
if
life.
anyone knows
That's
where it
great.
is, it's actually on the Quebec side. So, but
Okay.
it's just, I guess, east of Sand Bay. So,
Wow. It sounds
mhm.
like a great spot.
Well, I don't know how productive it is now because
Yeah,
I kind
well,
of gave up my fishing career when I was about 14. But
fair enough. Okay. Um, okay. Are you a cat, dog, or no animal person?
I am a dog mom,
Okay.
so I'm definitely a dog person. But quite honestly, I grew up with cats
Mhm.
and I visited my aunt and uncle's farm every summer and loved all the animals they had. So I'm an animal person.
Just animals in
Animals in
general.
general, but dogs just they have that special spot in our family. I mean, when your dog basically, for me, they're always present.
Yeah.
They're always excited about nothing.
Hmm.
They forgive you if you give them heck. They're over it in no time, and they remind us just to enjoy life. I mean, when you walk through the door, no matter what kind of day you're having, my dog goes ballistic. None of my other family members go ballistic excited when I walk through the door, but little Miss Sadie does. So, yeah, and sometimes she teaches me too. Sometimes you just need to let loose to the zoomies too.
Yes,
This morning,
absolutely.
she just all of a sudden went all over, and I thought, you know what? I should do that sometime. It might just rejuvenate
I would
when I
love
need it
to have
most.
the energy to
Oh, well,
do
yes, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. So
But I think everybody should just give in to the zoomies every so
I
often. I
agree.
agree.
I
Yeah.
agree. And find the joy in the moment.
All right. This is the last question. You're on death row, figuratively, obviously, and you can have one last meal. What is the meal?
Well, this is another one I kind of gave a little thought to because I am pretty much a foodie. I love any kinds of food and
Okay.
experimenting and trying different types of food. So, but I think when it boils down to it, mine would be more of a nostalgic meal, my last meal. So, I would start off. Definitely, there'd be cocktails, beer, or wine involved somewhere
Of
there.
course.
Have to be. Um, but I would start off with my dad's homemade French onion soup.
Oh, I love French onions.
And I've got his recipe put away, but
Oh.
he was famous for it.
Aren't
And
family recipes the
oh,
best? Like, really? It just tastes like childhood?
it does. It brings back a huge amount, like the memories. I mean, you might be able to go somewhere. Gordon Ramsay cooks it better, but it's
Yeah.
not the same.
No.
It's
Okay.
not the same. So then followed by my mom's prime rib dinner and
Oh.
her massive Yorkshire pudding. So, because
Yes,
I mean, who can refuse a great big huge Yorkshire that's light and fluffy, as well as all the
absolutely.
fixings for a prime rib. So
Oh,
hers,
yeah.
that would be it. And then followed up on my Nanny Barker's hot water cocoa cake with boiled icing.
Ooh, tell me about this. What is this?
It's a cake and they put hot water in the cake batter when they're making it, and then
Okay.
the boiled icing is basically it's a corn syrup that you heat and whip, and it turns into this fluffy white icing.
What?
I think it's a ton of work.
Yeah.
I've only made it once, and it didn't turn out.
Oh,
But yeah, and we'd have to finish off the meal with my nanny's raspberry vinegar, which is what she called it, but it was really a liqueur that she made. She fermented from raspberries over the summer, and she she treated that like gold. You had to be pretty
wow.
special to get a bit of that. So
That sounds amazing.
yeah. So if I drank that, the last thing I had before I died and went to heaven, I'd be just fine.
Wow. Yeah. No, that whole meal. I want to join you on
Yeah,
that.
well, you're more than welcome to. I don't know if I could ever have it replicated the same,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the most important thing, obviously, if you were on, your last meal would be is if you could surround yourself with your most important people in your life.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so
Oh, you're
much.
welcome. Thank
This
you.
has
This
been
was fun.
fun. That's great. And thank you, everybody, for watching today. And we'll see you on the next episode. Have a great day. Thanks.